population everywhere from north to south, east to west, to hate Igbos. Whereas the people that program them, they are the brutal terrorists. When they are doing their thing, they'll be telling them, hey, watch Igbo man, no? Hey, watch Igbo man, you want them Biafra. You want Biafra to go. No. They are domineering. You say, okay, we are domineering. We are this and that. Leave us to domineer our own land. Leave us. Okay, we will kill ourselves. Okay, we agree. We will kill ourselves. Leave. And you say, no, we must be under you. What type of a mess is that? We shall never continue in this mess. I'm telling you. This nonsense, this Islamic cleric is talking. He said, okay, they allow people to keep beds, okay. They said people should raise their trousers above their ankle. As if this man that is talking this, as if this thing is something new. You ask him, if you see the person talking this, you see him, his trouser is not down, his trouser is above his ankle. But he's saying this as if it's something new. The other day, they also celebrated the birthday of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. In short, we are not sure who they are. Whether they are Zalas or Darika, he queried. They are trying to do what? To deceive the gullible, as I say. I'll be right back.
Tame this Frankenstein. I've seen it. What we need to do is to build, like the Global Peace Foundation and Vision Africa, what they have been doing around the world, like building homes and schools, giving locals animals to breed, giving them medical attention, planting and engaging the community. This is all what we need to do with the Fulani herdsmen to get them piped down and drop their weapons. This is all what we need. And we don't have to wait for government. I've seen it, I practicalize it. I had a theory and I practicalize it. I went into a Janjala village, that is a village between Abuja and Kaduna, in the middle. Where was notorious for armed bandits. That was my first outing. 50 men came, said they are abandoning banditry. And I promised them a school. And I went there still to put a foundation. The day I put a foundation, the next day, they have already started gathering under the tree, waiting for the school to be completed. And they started studying even before the building was erected. We didn't finish the building with no plaster, no electrical or anything. They came, they said, please allow us to start using it. Now we have, between their women, their men and children, we have 600 students studying there. 600. Just imagine if we can do that in multiple places. You will look for a bandit and you will not find. But when you say kill them, this word kill them means killing them with their families. And the next thing they do, because they are primitive, I'm sorry to say, is revenge. So they will come to the road and revenge and kill you. So they are on this revenge mission now, wherever it is. They are massacred in Anambra, they are massacred in Oyo, they are massacred in North Central, they are massacred everywhere. They respect now no religion, they respect no ethnicity. What they want is we must live, or we all live together or nobody lives. So we want to change the language, the narrative. Let's engage them. Let's bring them from third-class citizens to even a second-class citizen. And you'll see the difference. There is no justification at all. There is no justification at all for criminality. No. But let me tell you, every criminal has a justification for his crime. If you don't look into that justification in commerce, if you don't look into the grievances, then You have not taken the way to solve the problem. And I hope we'll think back, really see what we can do, personally, the government too, and convince the population this is time to stop the bloodshed. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. Sorry, I took care of something at the background, but we must continue. So, as I was reading, let me continue reading what the lies, the takia of these people. They are the culprits, but they always play the victim. And that is how they deceive Nigerians. That is how they are in charge in Nigeria. Other places in Africa, they cannot play all this because those people, they are wise like them. In Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Sudan, in Senegal, in Gambia, in any Mauritania, they cannot play smart like this. I am telling you. Because the people there, they are wise like them. It's only in Nigeria they can be playing all this nonsense. and Nigerians, yeah, they will take them because they want you to see them as the victims instead of the brutal terrorists and culprits they are. No. Now we distinguish them. We say these people are they are not Nigerians, so they are not Fulani, Hausa Fulani, which there is nothing like a Hausa Fulani as we have known. Even the Hausa, they have removed themselves. You know it. This Hausa Fulani is just a Fulani invention in order to act as leeches on them. You understand? Whereas Bala Muhammad of Bauchi said that they don't have any other nationality. Their first nationality is Fulani, nothing more. So, let me continue playing a beat on Bala Muhammad.
And as a person, I may have in terms of the funding.
No,
Listen,
in
I
terms of
started
the
afresh.
operations. You
This
say
is
to
it.
bring in the Fulanis together. We have
You
Fulanis from other
see, the
countries
issue
as well.
of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge.
Do you see? Do you see now how he is justifying the actions of these Fulani terrorists they call the Lokarawas? That now another this thing was I think 3 years back, 2021, by Bala Muhammad. He said it's revenge. They have the Fulani have culture of revenge. So whenever anything happens, even if the people inside cannot revenge, those Fulani from outside they will come in and revenge. They have the culture of revenge. But here, this I mean Islamic lady who is a Fulani man is telling you now, no, these people, the Karawa, they come from, they are not Fulani from here. They are not even, they are now, he didn't mention Fulani again. He started mentioning they are Burkinabe, they are Nigerians, they are Malians. Ask him, this man, Bala Mohammed, say their nationality is Fulani first before any other country. They move from one country to another. They are bringing them into Nigeria. It's a policy. Don't you hear it? So, who is lying to who? Here on Radio Biafra, I cool down talking. I want you to understand, to be reasonable. What they are doing in the northern part of Nigeria, they are coming south. It is part of that conquest agenda initiated by Ottoman Danfodio since 1804. They will never stop. They will never stop until we stop them. And that is why ESN is there. It's a child of necessity. Eastern Security Network is a child of necessity. That's why ESN is there. Are you hearing me? When you see all these criminals and Nigerian government agents that are in Biafra land causing mayhem against our own people, know that they are part of the agendas. They are agents of the government committing atrocities in our own land. Instead of, have you seen these people? Now, ask me, just tell me, because I say, let us reason together. These people that are shouting, oh, we are Biafran, this and that, carrying gun, throttling gun in anywhere. Have you ever seen them capture or show where they capture Fulani terrorists, even in our land, in our bushes? Have you ever seen them? No. When we say Ekperima is an agent, have you ever seen where he show that, okay, these people, they have captured or they have killed some Fulani terrorists that are terrorizing our farmland? Have you done it? Have you seen it before? The answer is no. What you see is where they are terrorizing our own people. Hey, sit at home, Monday, sit at home. Oh yeah, no person will come out. They will start terrorizing our people. They want our people to disgust what we are doing. They will say, they want our people, they want to push our people to the extent of saying, look, if this is how Biafra will come for us to suffer, let that Biafra not come. They will invite Nigerian military, Nigeria to come. They will be in the side of Nigeria. They will hate this restoration IPOB. That is why Ekperima don't remove his action from IPOB. Never. If he talk, he will go back to IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because that is the point, that is the policy. He should have removed his own name, continue without even calling Mazi Nnamdi, say, now I'm the leader of, I don't care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are doing their own thing. No problem. He will be responsible for his actions through his own group. But anytime he wants to go that way, his handlers will bring him back and say, hey, you know what? Continue mentioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as your leader. Continue mentioning IPOB. Continue mentioning this and that. That is so that people will be seeing everything. So that people will hate everything. That is the agenda. So, now, the Islamic cleric lamented that the terrorists have turned into a monster, attacking villages and killing innocent people. The other day, they came to Bale village and stormed the residence of the district head and forced him out and slaughtered him. They also attacked a military checkpoint and seized their weapons. They visited courts and monitored how the judges are handling cases. If they are not satisfied, they will ask the judge to step aside and deliver a free judgment. Now you ask, where is the Nigerian military? So there is no more Operation Python Dance, Operation Crocodile Tears. Where is it? So when you in a country whereby the forces can never protect the population, but where they are very strong, where you see Nigerian military, every pole in Biafra land, You see Nigerian military, Nigerian civil defense, Nigerian police, customs, immigration, this and that, all carrying big guns. Now you ask, but this is where things are happening. Even porous borders go there. They say no, because there is an agenda. The agenda is to isolate and curtail Igbo man, so that because they know that Igbo man has the capacity, have the only people that have the capacity of rising up against the oppressor. They use everybody hold Igbo man down. Mana o ji mmadụ n'ala ji onwe ya. That is the thing. Are you hearing me? Here we tell it, we reveal it as it is. Let me finish playing Bala Mohammed. Let me play it. Let me continue.
Which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man that attracts reprisal from all over the
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project. And you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them. Away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that you don't have this criminality in, but certainly.
Do you see how he's defending them, his own people? But he's not a tribalist, eh? He is defending terrorists, but he's not a tribalist. They will call Igbo man a tribalist. They always pinch Igbo man so that you be on the defense. You continue defending yourself. No, look, me, I'm a Nigerian, no, a bona fide, the tribalized Nigerian. The tribalized Nigerian is an Igbo efulefu, that a bastard that doesn't know his father. That is what it literally means. The tribalized Nigeria. You shouldn't be the tribalized. Are you hearing me? These people, they are fighting for, when you see they are fighting for the North, know that it is the caliphate. Because there is no other thing in the North. Only the Fulani that is in control. They are in control. The other ethnic non-Fulani voices, they have been subdued. And that is why they also, do you see the bad heart of a black person? As the people in the North, they have been subdued. The non-Fulani, the indigenous people of the North, they felt that they have been subdued. So when we are talking of separating Biafra, they are not happy because they want, for them, we are their buffer. And they want us also to be subdued, to suffer the same fate like them. Do you see the wickedness of black person? You know, me and you, all of us, we perish. That is their own way. Do you see that? For them, no hope for them again. The Hausas, the Kanuri, the non-Fulani tribe that are there, even the non-Muslims, Christians and others in the North. Now, if you talk about Biafra, they say, no, let us all of us stay here so that Fulani will do to you people what they did to us, and all of us will perish beyond that depth. Do you see the wickedness of black person? That is what is going on. Continue listening.
The way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are
taking that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics, because, as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle, and so if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals,
so once they come into Nigeria, they give them documents as Nigerians. Is what this man is literally saying. What I am saying today is just a reminder of what we have been preaching for long. It's just a reminder. For you, Igbo Fluff with the tribalized idiot that is afraid to defend your own. I want you to understand that defending your people gives you dignity. Listen to this. When you talk about the tribalized, who is the tribalized Nigerian? Listen, what this woman, a Northerner, also did. Listen.
And that he's working for Chinedu.
This is
That he wants me to be a
woman,
director
a Northerner.
in the civil society organization. And I told him point blank that I don't want to be part of it. Then he started to plead with me to please accept it. I said, no, I don't want to accept it because I've never sat with Chinedu to tell me what he has for us in the country general, and particularly the North.
And particularly the North. And particularly the North. Are you hearing me? So who is the tribalized? Will you see an Igbo politician going to ask what is there for us in the Southeast? I want you to spot the difference. But these people that are, ethnic bigots, tribal bigots, they are the people calling Igbos tribalists. And you see, they attack you so that you go back into your shell. So that what you want to do, you cannot do it. You say, now before they say, do you hear me? That is their defense, is to attack. Everything, right from Ahmad Bello, is northernization. But they are not ethnic bigots. Everything, they don't talk about Nigeria. Talking about Nigeria is for the advantage to use it to get something. But when it comes to development, to put something, they are talking of northernization. Everything must be in the north. So, but they are not tribal bigots. It's an Igbo man and they will call, oh, you're a tribalist. That is why they brought out this word, the tribalized Nigerian. So that Igbo man will be trying to be the tribalized in order to go and first of all to exhibit his loyalty to the North, as Peter Obi is doing, and other politicians. That useless albino, Ekweche, representing Aba North and South in the House of Senate. They represent themselves. They are just, this is just a, talking sake. First of all, he went to the North and declared that he's a Muslim. They baptized him in Islam and gave him a name Abdul Karim. He did it secretly. Many people didn't know. He's a youth. Maybe he's not up to 35 or 40 years. He's a youth. Do you see? An Igbo man. In the public, on the surface, you'll be thinking that he's loyal to you. He is representing you. No. He is doing the biddings of the Northerners that put him, that I selected, they picked him there. I'm telling you. So it's highly problematic. When you see all these people, they always talk about the North. You cannot see an Igbo man, a Southeasterner, talking about the Southeast in a national level. What do you have for Southeast? No, they don't have that boldness because we have been beaten into that type of stupor. Nah, I don't want to talk. If I talk now, they say I'm a tribalist. But they talk their own with impunity, and they represent their people. But they make you, push you, so that you don't even try to think about representing your people. Talk less of talking it out, voicing it out. Do you see their policies? Do you see their system? Are you seeing it? How political they are. You should be bold. Boldness to represent your people, it gives you dignity. It makes you dignified. This woman is talking about what is in there for the North. Continue listening, please.
He said, please, madam. He started to beg me. I said, don't embarrass me because I don't want to be arrogant. When people start to say in the name of God, do this, then you feel bad to say no. So I gave him a condition. He said the names will be out the next day. And he wants my name to be out as the director. I said, no, I can't accept that. Then after all the plea, I said, okay, let me meet you halfway. If I sit with Aswaju and I'm not comfortable with what he says he has for the North, then I have a right to opt out. And Falake said, yes, it's okay. So if you notice, when the names came out, it's the only directorate, which there were two directors, was the directorate they put me, the civil service, the civil, the civil society organizations. There were two. I was made a co-director. That night, I got around 11 p.m. I started to get phone calls. Normally, I don't pick my calls at night. But then I saw a message saying that Asiwaju wants to talk to you around 11 p.m. So I gave them a reply. I'm waiting. Immediately they saw my text, they called me back. And Asiwaju called me. He says, Hajia, I said, sir. He said, I respect your stance on not accepting the appointment. I said, yes, sir. Because I can't be a zombie. I just can't follow you because you said I should follow you. Let me know what you have for us up north. Because
Let me know what you have for us up north. That is where I'm going to stop the clip. Do you see the boldness? Let me know what you have for us up north. Not in Nigeria, but in the north. But they are not tribalists, right? An Igbo Iflefu will be trying to, make sure to appease the north because Britain gave them leverage. When Britain left Nigeria physically, because they are still there through the shadows, they made sure that they gave eternal 52% legislature or legislative seats to the North. It's something you cannot change. That is why they behave as they are, because they are in control of Nigeria. That is why there is nothing you can do other than to liberate ourselves in this way, to be liberated. We must liberate ourselves. We are in a cage. That is the truth. So Britain planned and did all these things. They did it. It's a policy. It's a program. So there is no way you can remove the North from being a majority in the Nigerian Senate. So anything you carry, they put it down. The other day, they tried to bring in Sharia, expansion of Sharia in Nigerian constitution, which they rejected, which they will continue. Imagine, why don't people come? Why don't the Christian senators come and say, okay, we want to bring a Christian or Christ in a Nigerian constitution, and see what will happen that day in the court? In the Senate House. You always defend. You're on the defensive. Why don't you be bold and behave like them? Why? Ebe a ga ndị a ga na-ezu ike na ahụ ndị na-emepe people anya like us, preaching against the evil in which they brought to us as religion. The evil. Or historical fact, people that are speaking about bringing out the historical facts. Or these are the people, they have power against. These people are. But you cannot face what is facing you. What is facing everybody? Do you see it? Why can't they prepare one? After all, Osim Bajo was a Nigerian. He was a pastor. He was a vice president, the immediate vice president. So they cannot prepare and say, okay, this issue, we have a Islamic law in Nigeria, Sharia law in Nigeria. People, they are still expanding. They want it. Okay, we want the Christian to be inserted. Why can't you do it? No. Yeah, no, we're not tight. Deceiving poor people. And you think that we'll be here happy. I got happy. No, it's okay like that. No. It's not okay. So, who is the tribalized Nigerian? A detribalized Nigerian is simply an Igbo efulefu, a bastard that doesn't know what's up, where his father. Programmed by the Fulani. When they program you finish, they now call you, oh, you are the tribalized on the teeth. You don't know that inside their heart, they know that they are calling you a businessman. Say, we are using you. When we finish you, don't use, where is Rocha Sokorocha today? After speaking Hausa, wearing that garbage on the head, a blanket on the head, answering this and that. Where is he today? Do you see, you know, when we say that these people are more politically wise, I don't know why people do, argue that. I don't know. On what reason? I don't know. They will use you. They will bloat you and make. You just don't you see a They will allow you to loot money. Is it not the allocation that they give to your state? They will even take their share and they encourage you to loot. You are free. You are our man. After governorship, you will be the. Don't you see how we pose you there? You will be the vice president. Don't worry. And the person will not learn from what happened to the other. That is where it hurts my head. I cannot understand. All of them making the same mistake. When they come, they will use you, and that person will think that he will be different from Ojo Zokalo. Ojo Zokalo, they use him, they put Ruga in Abia, and he boasted about it. They told him that don't worry, you'll be the president. He used his money and sponsor APC, do everything. So killed his people for the caliphate. At long last, he started crying in the Senate. Crying like a baby. Don't you see it? Don't you see it? What will you say about it? He cried like a baby. That this you people, this country is very wicked. See this and that. But when we are telling him, say, look, charity begins at home. Leave all those people. Let us do as people, as our. Let us mind us as your people. Let us be in a bunch. And he said, no, I trust all these people. They would. But the worst is that they continue making the same mistake. How opposed to them is that he is being promised he will be the vice president later. The same thing they did to Wike. The same thing they did to Mai. The same thing they did to all of them. And they continue falling the same victim. Kill your people. Don't do anything for you. Deceive your people. When you build just take a black paint and paint a road. Grade it and paint a road. Say you have done it. And they'll start praising you. And pocket the whole money. And don't worry, we make you vice president. You are our man, our boy, you are. Don't worry. And the person will still fall victim. At last, he will start regretting. Another person following him will still fall the same thing and say, nah, nothing maker. His own case is different. That is where it baffles me for an average Igbo man. He will see what happens to his brother. He will think that, oh no, my own case is different. Don't worry. The same problem Ziki had. Everyone is following. The Igbo politicians, they are falling into the same gutter. No, don't worry, Uchem there. Agirosi Ucheya the Ebuya can ano here. Ucheya there, no precaution. And now he was being warned. Look at say, oh, Chana, you people don't. I am the wisest person. Yeah, I am Igbo man. Look at Uchem they beg. Don't talk before he know what is happening. Ishi apugo. Today, our politicians are undergoing the same deception, and they are falling victims. That is why they are called the tribalized Nigerian. But can you detribalize a Fulani man? The answer is no. Bala Mohammed say their nationality is simply Fulani. It doesn't matter whether they come from Cameroon or whether it's from any other country. That is not there. They don't care about it. What matters is that they are Fulani. Can you claim that like that? Can you be bold to protect your own like that? And they will be calling you a tribal bigot. But they are more tribal than anybody. This is where I'm going to stop. I'll go into a few minutes break. And when I come back, I will open the lines. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Them, they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of
the operations.
Operations. You
This
said
is
to
it.
bring in the Fulanis together. We have
You
Fulanis from other
the
countries
issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If
the
I
world.
understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project. And you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that you don't have this criminality in. But certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be, will
Yes,
be
we are
resident within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics. Because, as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so, if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings, and what have you. And that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows and the
let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will
It is not
understand
going
the
to be a
reason.
prison.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if that's
these forests are there anyway. If you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alu Province of Biafra Land. We are here live and direct. Today is the 18th day of November 2024. Tata Bobo Cheke. Our lines are now open, but let me say this also, repeat it. Those that are supporting or believing what that Ekberima is saying or doing, please ask him his antecedents. Ask him his stories before he become what he's claiming today. Our leader has antecedents in struggling or in fighting social fighting. He's a freedom fighter right from beginning. When you ask each and every one of us, you will see that we have antecedents in one way or the other. It is something that is in us. Now, IPOB, you see IPOB, and that is where you belong. Do you see it? But ask Ekberima, what is your antecedent before you come to where you are today? Let him give his history of what he was doing, please. You know, when I look at most people that are following him, they are haters of IPOB, haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, haters of this struggle right from beginning. Other group are those that are religious bigots, those that believe in miracle. They will tell you, leave now. You tell them, but this man was, I think, 2019, was agent of Nigerian agent, direct, as Igbo chairman. He is agent of this man in this man now in prison in the United Kingdom for organ trafficking. What is his name again? Defending him when he was thrown raw egg in Germany. You saw the Ekberima defending the man, asking IPOB that they should stop what they are doing, they should apologize to Nigeria and to this man. But you see, as I said, the other set of people that are following this nonsense is those that believe in miracle. They will tell you, Paul, Saul was persecuting Christians. After immediately God touched him, he turned, he changed and become Paul. And, and that is the gullibility we are trying to remove. That is the truth. They will tell you, no, he was touched. Biafra is a spirit, so the spirit will touch him and he just changed overnight. And they believe the garbage. These are some of the sets of people that are following him in this mission of infiltration. But their ass is already grass. They want to useless what we are doing, make it the child's play in the eyes of the world. If they don't say Biafra football team, the future white people, you say, but even diplomats who are asking, oh, what are these things? What you people are jokers or what is happening? But to the gullible that he is deceiving, because what gives him power is gullibility, the gullibility of the people. But we must continue making expositions. That's it. So you call us on our WhatsApp and Signal line, please. Before I'll restore the other line, the direct lines, please. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. Who is a detribalized Nigerian? These are coined words or words coined in order to destabilize us mentally, detribalize, so that every woman that enters into public office as a politician or as a public servant will try so that he will not be detribalized. This is a psychological warfare. It's a psychological warfare. That's why you see your Igbo brother in Abuja as a police officer. Tell him, he will answer you in English. Pretend as if he's not an Igbo one. Because they have beaten us into a state of stupor whereby we become shy. We become afraid of ourselves. Now, if you speak Igbo, they will say, you're a tribalist, because you see your brother, you're speaking Igbo. But you'll be the Hausa man who will see his fellow Hausa, and they don't even, two of them, they will leave the whole 15 people, 20 people. They will be speaking Hausa for everybody. And even maybe you as an Igbo man, you hear Hausa. You will join them speaking Hausa. They switch you. As a slave, you are. That is mark of a perfect slave. You want to be recognized that you want to belong. But you don't want to create your own system, promote it, because you are afraid for them not to call you a tribalist. Be bold anywhere you are. That is what we are. We are known to be bold people. So you can call, as I said. Our super signal line is +61 405 142 547. There is something I also notice. We should not be above listening to Radio Biafra. I used to see some people that are used to complain. Now we don't know what is happening. Do you listen to Radio Biafra? Our IPOB community radio has been restored. I think you know that. For days now, you know that. You know, we should be down to earth to understand the issue. This is where it all started. Radio Biafra. If you don't listen to Radio Biafra, you'll be confused. Because there are many messages out there, both the good, the bad, the ugly, both fake news and even non-existent news, but you see them. So you become confused. But why can't you come to the bottom line? Why can't you come to the source? That is Radio Biafra London, where it all started. The problem is many of our people, they have outgrown Radio Biafra. They will tell you, nah, no be talk, nah, no be the same thing. Waiting you go talk again. You don't know that you want every day you listen, you must learn something new. Even I myself, I listen even to repeat broadcasts. You will listen to a broadcast today and you learn something. Tomorrow, the same broadcast, you might learn something new that you didn't even know the other day. We learn always. We should be eager to learn. This is how the cage does mentally inside churches, because you go to church every Sunday, you go Monday, you go Tuesday, every day you go. They read from the same book. Maybe the same quotation they used yesterday. Today they quote it and interpret it for you. Is what we experience now. Why don't you say, no, I've been going to this, I'm okay. You continue learning from listening. That is, lack of mental resilience is what is worrying us. We are fatigued. We act, I used to say that we Igbos, we act like unsaturated hydrocarbons that can attract any atom, any electron, any proton, anything they can attract, they can be attracted to each, and they react. All because they are unsaturated. They look for where it is happening now. And the flow go there. When that place they feel that it's dry, they try to flow go another place where they have no base. But let us understand that our base is Radio Biafra London. This is where it all started. You shouldn't grow above listening to Radio Biafra London. The time you think that you can no longer listen, that now you want to be listening to other things, know that you will go astray. Your life will, in this struggle, will be full of questions, unanswered questions. But when you are a student of Radio Biafra London, you will be giving answers instead of questions. You will be giving answers to people that are asking questions. That is the reality. So we must continue in what we are doing. As I'm waiting for call, I'll give few minutes in waiting for call. I'll be right back. You can call, as I said. You can call. Our lines are open. You can make your call. Please, as we continue.
Let me know what you have for us up north. Because if I made a mistake on Buhari, with you, the truth is written on the horizon. So I have to know what you have for us. He said he's in London, that if I can, I should go over. He offered to buy me a ticket. I said, no, sir, I can afford a ticket. And then he said, can I get a hotel for you? I said, yes, that I will appreciate. I took the next Lufthansa to London. I saw him the same night, and we sat. And I said, sir, the reason why I'm not accepting your appointment is because I don't know what you have for us up north. Because in the north, every single person is either waiting to be killed or kidnapped. We can't go on like this. What is your blueprint for us? He told me that he doesn't have anything for us. I said, you know.
Okay, we have a caller online. Mazi Chris, I think you are the first caller. Can you hear me? Mazi Chris. Mazi, caller on signal. Mazi, can you hear me? Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Mazi Chris. There, Mazi, please go on. You are the first caller. Go on.
Good evening. This is Ed calling from Italy. Mazi, well, what we are doing here is to enlighten our people, make them to understand that there's a need for we to come together. The key point of this discussion and this enlightenment is for we to come together under one umbrella. In Igbo land, it looks as if we are not divided, apart from those that distinguish themselves from their origin. The Kwere people say how they live. But in the other side, the whole, the hardcore Igbos from the mainland, it looks as if we are not divided. But when you look on the ground, you will see that we are totally divided. And that is the Britain came to Africa. You know, when you want to study somebody, you can keep trying and study that person maybe for 10 years or 15 years. You will understand every movement, even the body language of that person. You understand it. That is what Britain did. They studied the Igbo people, our characteristics, the way we do things, the way we reason, the way we think, and they have the documentation. You cannot deny. Nobody, everybody acts according to their race or how you've been brought up, or how you are being brought up. You must, no matter how it is, you must somehow, even if you are being different, look at your family. If the way your father speak or the way your father do things, in 90% of your life or 70%, you must behave like that. You must have that thing from your family. But you might be slightly different from the maybe the education you get or whatever you have or whatever you learn from outside or a change you decided to make by yourself. But in other words, you will still go back to where the characteristics of your family, you see it behaving like that. So that's what I'm trying to say. Igbo people have an origin and our character, which Britain study very, very well, and they table it to the front and they're using it against us, and it's working. He said about something about this Ekperimana. What he did exactly was exactly what I just said now. He took away those. We call them gullible. It is natural. He took away those who are very light to understand, very light. You know, when you be in the school, maybe about 50 students or 50 classroom students or 20, 30, and the teacher lecture something, lecture after, I say, class, do you understand? Everybody say, yes, yes, understand. Ask question among the three. You see that if you asked all of them question, you see that only 4 or 5 will get the answer correct. It's those that are very fast that's called intelligence, very fast to understand. But it doesn't mean that the other one, they cannot understand that, but it takes them time because they are less intelligent in respect of those ones that are very fast. Now, Ekperima took these people from us. Those are very, very light. You know, when you go to any organization or meeting or any union, we see some people be in that union. Maybe they have stayed there for 10 good years or 8 years. Any agenda being presented by the chairman or whatever, it will be treated. And this person might have been in that meeting maybe for 3, 4 years or 5 years or 7 years. He have not even contribute anything in terms of words or ideas to the union. But any financial aspect of that union, he will contribute. He will do everything others are doing, financially or physically. He will go. But in terms of ideas to contribute idea, he have not even do one, even to say a word for one day. Sometimes I use the word, oh yes, members. Yes, it is not a crime. It is those that are very weak in their own thinking. They are very, very weak. They are not so fast. They are not. They cannot produce something from their own brain. It is natural. It's not something very bad. It is natural. People are like that. So these are the people that he took away from us. There are people who are supposed to be in IPOB, but they are not. They could have been an OES member. Maybe financially they contribute. We are going rally. Everybody will fool. But we cannot deny it. He took all these people from us because they know that bringing a double identity inside us will divide us. So that is what Britain did. And that is what is eating us very, very deep in an Igbo land. Because we immediately Britain understand that this division can work inside us. They bring also a religious division. You can see that in our family, you will go to Igbo land, maybe as at 70, 80. I said, Anglican, Catholic, Anglican. He got one Majova, second Majova, and then I yourself some the Catholic shows all what the same brothers do because they come with different ideas. But all with different ideas, different maybe interpretation of the Bible. But when they are coming, everybody coming together to do something become problem. This is what the Britain, I feel that what they find out from us and are using it against us. And it's working. So it is very few of us who are very, very maybe to understand, comprehend things who remains in this struggle. Those that are very gullible, that are not able to reason things on their own, just they are like air. I have a comrade who sometimes he posts something. I said, this thing you are posting here, as I said last time here, there is some content creators that are making some mockery of our culture. Is that how Okito is done? During my age, I'm not here Okito. All this and I don't know what it is. So those that make money, they tag them or you know that thing. So these are the things we are facing. So we have to be the only remedy is this preaching we are preaching. But the thing that bothers me about our people is that our people, even some of them, even find it difficult to listen to, as you said, listen to Radio Biafra. They prefer rolling their hand in their Facebook, watching what will make them laugh. Because our people are very, very, I don't know how to describe our people. Anything nobody get me go beyond. So the one soldier said that if you're a soldier, one man, one military man, I think someone, that a soldier is not supposed to laugh 2 times in a year. In this condition we are, as an Igbo person or Biafra, you're not supposed to laugh even 2 times in a year. Because we are in severe situation, in a very peculiar situation that a little small thing, they will take us off. Now, then this is number one. Second thing, let me just round it up. I don't want to take much of time. You talk about the Funani. Funani are not coming about the Sharia we are talking about. The Sharia is not their main target. Their Sharia is to bring the Northerners together so that they can control them and took over the North. And before when they took over the North, it will surprise all of them. Sharia is not Sharia is just like a takia, just to present Sharia to bring them under one umbrella of Muslim, and they will take over the North. They will now look at what they are doing. The same thing the British did. This thing is what they are doing, have been doing. They go to the Ukraine land and kill Ukraine people and come back and say this is Biafran soldiers. No, you are talking about those that came, those that said they came, that are coming to put down security to pursue terrorists, and that what the man said that is not what they told them. But these are the same people, divide themselves into 2 places. Just the same thing the religious did in our land. How were the government? How Wasn't the you would have father? What was it the gullible ones from Ali? But they shilly up on Borhajo Bravo, no, you will have a father, Uchaba, Lalib. Now they begin to message about peace and the religion, about God. Whereas the same people, like the missionary in the Congo, the same people are working through government, are destroying what we are doing. They're killing people, trying to conquer our land. Then they cause any preach. That's why our people never believe that all the same people, whether religion, we should live. Has no, no, they whether religion each and they whether and card each. If you understand Europe, you know that as a European citizen, you don't have to travel out of Europe without the consent of their government. And their government must know what we are going to do there, what we are going for. If you understand them. So that will tell you that the same people are working the same thing, even by the religion and the government. The same people. The same thing is what the Northerners are playing now, the Fulani are playing. They are giving them some people in order to bring them in, to tell them that we are trying to support them to defend them from the terrorists, but they are the terrorists, and these people are trying to water the ground so that they will bring in their people. You see, this person as a security man is trying to defend the Poshu Funani, but he will bring a Funani woman to put in the house. They gradually take you off from your house. So this is the same. They are the double standard. If you don't understand this game, definitely you are not waking up. Mazi, let me put it from here. Thank you, and I appreciate your daily basis of broadcast. It's not easy. What we are doing is not easy, but at the end we win. Thank you.
And
God
there
bless you.
were, of course, there were. We must continue. We must continue. Like what you said, our people like where it is happening now. Oh, hey. Ihe na-ekwo ekwo, ihe na-egbu ndị be anyị, you know. After otu ha chikwa gbapụta, that is the way they will disappear. When they are bored, they disappear. So it's the character of our people. That is why when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was here, he continued hammering on consistency and resilience. This is our weak point. Our people, we know Nigeria. Whoa, hey, with Onyo na net here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, you are front. I'm under your leg. I'm on top of you. I'm at your back. I'm on this. Yeah, I will do this. I will. Okay. When they look for him, they didn't see. Say, waiting. Another person. They look another person. Say, okay, this person he seems in another dimension. Now we follow him. Now I better go. You know, this is very childish mentality. I am telling you, not thinking deep, not thinking deep. But we must continue. Caller on what's up? Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Good evening.
Yeah, well, Mazi.
Mazi Jonathan.
Yeah, well. Mazi, go on. The whole world is hearing you. Go on.
Odo, calling you from Biafra land. First of all, you asked the question, who is a detribalized Nigerian? So, in answering this question, with all the conditions we are facing right now, it seems like that question is only answered when you refer to the attitude of the Igbo politicians. Because there is no way anybody now can argue whether they can boldly speak the way that woman spoke, a Fulani woman spoke. The reason I say this thing is that there was a time you were saying so many things concerning why did after the war everybody just accepted Nigeria as their savior. So reflecting on that, you discover that the politics that played, or the colonialist politics or policies, because you once talked about colonial policies and institutions they employed, you discover that After that civil war, all the policies these people established is to make sure that nobody who has that spirit of Ojuku, as somebody who loves his people, who can fight for his people, who can defend his people, is appointed into the political offices. So from that moment, it seems like all these people that are giving us as elites and then political representative are the people they see that the person does not in any way have that tendency, just like that of Ojuku, whose interest is to do so many things. He gave me and that we are part and that we are part of what is going on, that we are loved, that this person is fighting for us. So if not that the politics they brought is just a policy that will make us that, yes, we must, even if we think we are not slaves, we must accept it, whether we like it or not. And when you see some of these politicians, understand, and some of these our representatives, and you see their attitude, it seems like they are already, that is, mmadụ nwere ọgụgụ na mmadụ ga-alụcha ihu na onye a meriri gị o, mana ị nwere ozi opportunity ọzọ to go back and strategize yourself to fight. You only accept that the person has defeated you, blazing a play to the person's card. That is just the point I'm trying to raise. But the point is that what happened to us is not by chance. It is something long organized by British. Understand? Because if you can't tell me that between the Yoruba and then the Fulani people, with all these boldness, defending even their own terrorists, they will not tell me that some of our politicians are not seeing it. But the point is that they have beaten to stupor and they have been blackmailed to the extent that this mental destruction, trying to push us that if you, unless you are detribalized Nigerian, you cannot assume any political post from the East. So you see that policy is what actually these people are playing. But number one question I would like to ask, sometimes in the past, most of your broadcasts, you asked whether these people actually know what is happening or they don't know. Because number one thing is, if they know what is happening, does it mean that they are not seeing that under Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob, that they can boldly speak and their voice will be heard and they can easily be defended? Number two question is, if they know what is happening and they are still afraid and they think that they cannot under Ipob and then come out boldly and defend it, then what is their mission? Because this thing sometimes, often I know in a group now, and quite all right, they have seen under Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob that through these people, their voice can be heard. They can also speak boldly like this Northerners. Because what makes these Northerners speak this way is because they have people already championing their agenda, not minding what the causes. But despite that, look at Sheikh Gumi. Boldly tell you that he goes to meet the terrorists and negotiate with them, and after all this and that, nothing happens. He always campaign for the government to pay negotiation to this period, and nothing happens. Nobody questions him. You be asking yourself, what is behind this thing? Okay, now you ask yourself, at this point now, is it that these people need prophecy to tell them what is going on in Nigeria? Why can't they themselves come secretly and start planning something? Because let me tell you, these people, for me, they know what is going on. But the truth is that they are giving that position. Do you understand me? Because if they are not giving the positions they have in our land, they should know quite right that the lives of their people are at stake. Take for instance, look at the insecurity happening. And with the funniest part of it, none of them is talking. Even taking the right action, knowing fully aware that the people at stake are their own people. You be asking yourself, what is then their position in this government? But as you always say that these are policies. Do you understand? Sometimes you blame the people based on the mentality they have. But you question the kind of what causes this kind of mentality. You go back to the religion they brought to us. That every day, Monday to Sunday, they keep on dishing lies. And you know quite all right that there are a stage in your life when you are fed up with many lies. You'll be thinking that those lies are true. But sometimes when you see the truth, try to contradict the lies, you will not feel comfortable. And that is why some of these people always like the kind of lies and the preaching and the kind of prophecy and then promises coming from these church leaders. And when you check these church leaders' policy and that, it's like the same thing with these politicians. And that's why our people can easily be manipulated. Our people can easily be deceived. So the point is that it is only the Easterners, mostly those who are vying to take some political positions, that are detribalized in Nigeria setting. Because there is no way. Why I point this thing is that I have argued several so many people. Do you get my point? I asked them, P2B coming with this campaign agenda, one Nigeria and no Nigeria. Since Nigeria was created by Britain, tell me any politician or any presidential candidate that has mounted the campaign with this kind of one Nigeria and no Nigeria if possible. So you're asking yourself, what is this person's agenda? Does it mean that it doesn't look other people's approach like Fulani people at the way they fight for their own interest? You look at the Yoruba people, the way they fight for their own interest and the interest of their people. If you're asking at these people, what do you mean by one Nigeria and no Nigeria is possible? You see that it is only the Easterners who these politicians who are representing us have seen that they have beaten to stupor. It is only when they prove that they are detribalized that certain posts are given to them. So the question is that the psychological warfare they are playing is working perfectly on these politicians. And quite all right, because of the mindset of business, mental orientation some of our people have, including these politicians. They forget that the politics is politics for the interest of their people. But because they're only interested in trying to what they are trying to gain, and then despite the condition of their people, they don't care. They will play that card trying to prove that they are detribalized in as much to get their post and over. But this is the condition they are putting the poor masses, especially those from the Eastern. These are the two situations that are putting us more and more. Because sometimes I agree with people. P2B, as of 2023, know quite all right what Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for. And actually his mission is to what? To champion the freedom of Biafrans. What gave him the impetus to campaign with one Nigeria and no Nigeria is possible? If you ask yourself that some of these people are completely stooge, you understand? Because at a point I was asking, okay, sometimes they prove that they are intelligent, are educated, are all this and that. They travel outside, they know what is going on, they know what is. But they know quite all right that as the politics is, look at the word politics. You always talk about it, the politics. Travel outside, they know what is going on, they know what is. But they know quite all right that as the politics is, look at the word politics. You always talk about it, the politics.